Chapter 13. Pricing, Promoting, and Distributing Products. The marketing decisions around pricing, promotion, and distribution of goods and services are addressed in this chapter. Pricing objectives and the tools for determining price are discussed first, followed by a consideration of pricing strategies and tactics. Promotion, and the promotional mix, is identified, and advertising strategies and the key advertising media are discussed. There is also a discussion of personal selling and of various types of sales promotions. The coverage of distribution includes a look at the distribution mix, distribution channels, vertical marketing systems, distribution strategies, wholesaling, retailing, and physical distribution. The learning objective of today's lesson is that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the various pricing objectives that govern pricing decisions and describe the price-setting tools used in making these decisions. Discuss pricing strategies that can be used for different competitive situations and identify the pricing tactics that can be used for setting prices. Identify the important objectives of promotion and discuss the considerations involved in selecting a promotional mix. Discuss the most important advertising strategies and describe the key advertising media. You will also be able to outline the tasks involved in personal selling, describe the various types of sales promotions, and distinguish between publicity and public relations. Explain the meaning of the distribution mix and identify the different channels of distribution. Describe the role of intermediaries. Explain the functions of wholesalers and identify the types of retailers and intermediaries. Describe the major activities in the physical distribution process. Pricing to meet business objectives. Several different objectives may be considered in pricing a product. 1. Profit maximizing objectives. This requires a tricky judgment because if price is set too high, sales volume is less than optimal, whereas if price is set too low, sales volume is high but the firm leaves money on the table. 2. Market share, market penetration. Objectives, low prices, and low profits, may be set to encourage purchase of a new product or as a strategy to increase market share and dominate the market. Price-setting tools. Prices cannot be set before determining the potential business impact. Two basic tools that are often used are 1. Cost-oriented pricing. This approach takes into account the firm's desire to make a profit and takes into consideration the need to cover production costs. 2. Break-even analysis. Cost-volume-profit relationships. Break-even analysis assesses exactly how many units must be sold before all fixed costs are covered and the company begins to make a profit. Break-even point, how many units a firm must sell in order to cover fixed and variable costs. Break-even points are typically calculated for each of several different price levels. Variable costs, costs that change with the number of goods or services produced or sold. Fixed costs, costs that are unaffected by the number of goods or services produced or sold. Pricing strategies and tactics. Pricing strategies. Prices for a product range drastically, reflecting brand image as much as differing costs. These images reflect very different pricing strategies. 1. Pricing existing products. A firm can set a price above prevailing market prices for similar products, below market, or at or near market price. The reasons for doing so are discussed, as is the concept of price leadership. 2. Pricing new products. A new product can be introduced with a very high price skimming strategy, or a very low price, penetration pricing strategy. The suitable situations for each strategy are addressed. 3. Fixed versus dynamic pricing for online business. The electronic marketplace has introduced a highly variable pricing system as an alternative to the more conventional pricing structures. B. Pricing tactics. These include price lining. A firm selling multiple items in a product category may predetermine 3 or 4 price points, each aimed at a specific type of customer, into which all the products must fall. Psychological pricing, exploiting the irrational elements of purchase decisions by using odd-even psychological pricing, not stating prices in even dollar amounts, and discounting, reducing prices to stimulate sales. The most common forms are cash discounts, seasonal discounts and quantity discounts. Promoting products and services. Promotion is used to make consumers aware of products, to make them knowledgeable about products, to persuade them to like products, and to persuade them to buy products. Promotional strategies. Push and pull strategies are described. Push strategy is when the firm promotes aggressively to intermediaries. Pull strategy is when firm promotes directly to consumers, who demand the product from intermediaries. The promotional mix. This refers to the combination of promotional tools that are used: advertising, personal selling, sales promotions, and publicity, public relations. In establishing a promotional mix, marketers match promotional tools with the 5 stages in the buyer decision process. Need recognition, make buyers aware, search for information, educate consumers, consumers compare products, use personal selling, buyers are ready to purchase, use sales promotions, after consumers make purchase, advertising and personal selling to remind customers that they made a wise choice. Advertising promotions. The media mix is the combination of media through which a firm chooses to advertise its products. The media to be used in the mix are described. A. Advertising media. Specific communication media are selected based on suitability to the audience. Advertising media such as newspapers, television, radio, magazines, outdoor advertising, word-of-mouth advertising, and online advertising are described. B. Traditional media. The advertising industry is dynamic, and it is changing to meet the interests and preferences of both customers and advertisers. For example, although newspaper ads are rated as more informative and useful than some other media, advertisers continue to shift away because the audience for newsprint is shrinking. Radio stations are feeling the heat from subscriber-based satellite radio. C. Online, the power of consumer engagement. Online advertising takes various forms, including search, display, classifieds, email, and video. Online communications have changed how companies interact with customers. Many online interactions are occurring on mobile phones. Engagement is now more likely to be two-way as more companies ask consumers to get involved with the brand and actually influence marketing decisions.